ask for. Beautiful life. Beautiful life. A beautiful life. Listen, I woke up this morning, y'all. The sun was shining oh so brightly. I thought about how good this life is. Back in the day, it wasn't always like this. I think about the things we done been through. I think about the place that I come from. It wasn't always easy, so every day I'm thanking God for the beautiful people everywhere I go. I just need to see your smiling faces at my show. And when you feel the real love from the family, every day is a gift, y'all, that's all I need.
What a beautiful life.
All that I've got, all that I need, I've got you, baby, you got me. What more could I ask for? Beautiful life. Beautiful life. A beautiful life. Beautiful life. Happiness, you know, it feels real good, y'all. For us to get it, then we gotta work hard, y'all. Every day. And don't pay attention to the things they say when they tell you that you can't make it, but you can if you try, y'all. When life is rough, I know sometimes you wanna cry, y'all. Just keep the faith and don't question. Ain't no need of stressing. Your life is still a blessing.
About the cars, the money, or the clothes.
You can believe these things will only come and go, but when you're getting real love from everyone you meet, it's a blessing, y'all. It's magic, y'all.
What a beautiful life.
All that I've got, all that I need, I've got you, baby, you got me. What more could I ask for? Beautiful life. Beautiful life. A beautiful life. And now we all been blessed to be here, so it ain't no need for stress. We don't worry about the things that we can't control. We just pray and hope for the best. You don't need a whole lot of money. You don't need no fancy car. You ain't gotta be famous or a movie star. Just be happy with who you are. You got some food on the table and a place to live, and that's a beautiful life. You got somebody you can love, family and some kids, and that's a beautiful life. You got money in your pocket just to pay your bills, and that's a beautiful life. Just to make it through the struggle and you still be here. Now that's a beautiful life.
Okay, wind me up. DC, stand up. The Godfather, I got you. You spoiling me now. 6 years later, still the talk of the town. I put myself on, and then I put my team on too. Take on my BET. I spilled my drink on hold. Still I believe that, and I mean that. There will be no flow if you ain't sing that tune. We see police run joke. You put DC on first, I put us all on next, and now it's all on me to keep your name on deck. Okay. The Godfather.
Hello, everyone. Today is May the 6th. I can't even believe that it's May 6th. But you know what? It's still the year of Sandra, so I'm still partying. But, you know, on last week's show, I left the show with, you know, they're coming today, and they came last Wednesday. The twins are here. They, Princess Jada and Prince Justin Jr. arrived, our time, it was 9:01 and 9:02. Of course, Jada came first, so she's going to be the older sister of Justin Jr. And babies were 8 weeks early, so they're still going to be in the Las Vegas Children's Hospital, but they are both doing so fabulously well. You would have thought I was the parent having twins, because the way I was acting, I could barely even drive because I was on the phone making phone calls. They're coming. And last week it was just like, you know, just a phenomenal week. And you all just watched Nene and Chi Chi on the Stiletto Mom show. It's not about the shoes you wear. It's about a lifestyle. Okay, see, boom. I'm trying to get it together, people. So I have a lot going on today. Just real quick, it's summertime, people. Well, you might as well say it's summertime. I don't know what's going on with this weather because we hopped out of winter and right into summer. I mean, my car was registered 91 degrees today, and I'm like, what? 91 degrees? And okay, I don't have a necklace on today because it got so hot in my car. I was like taking clothes off. I had my jacket off. I know people must have thought, is she driving with no shirt on? What is going on here? Thank God I have semi-legal tint on my windows, so you really couldn't see inside unless you was like, at the light beside me. But be careful out there, people. It is hot, so if you're walking, if you're doing anything, make sure you're hydrating. Unlike me, alcohol is not the liquid of choice when it's this hot. I mean, you can if you're in your house doing it, but walking outside and it's hot, men think that if they have a cold beer while they're cutting grass that helps them. It really doesn't. It just gets you drunk and makes the lines crooked when you're trying to cut grass. That's all that does. It doesn't do anything for your body, okay? There are a lot of events coming up, and we're going to be talking to a person that is helping with the PG County Book Festival on May 23rd. So at 4:30, she's going to call in, and we're going to be talking to her about it. But there are a lot of literary events happening now. BEA in New York is coming up. So if you're going to be, and look here, people, if you want to get a good amount of free books, go to BEA. It's going to be at the Javits Center. It's a little pricey to go, but it's free to get in. But it's in New York City. Okay, let's be clear. It's New York City. Okay, but you can walk away with a lot of different books. I was looking online today because they have a list of all the publishers that is going to be there giving away books. Now, a lot of publishers are giving away like between 200 and 300 books. So, I mean, and they're free. They're free books. They're like either advanced copies or just released copies. So they're not going to be the finished product. In a lot of cases, it might not be the finished product. It might be an advanced reader copy, i.e. ARC. So don't be complaining if you see a mistake or two, because those are the books that people give away, to get those reviews up on Amazon the day of or before the book drops. But I wanted to talk to you real quick about a book that a Baltimore theologian is writing, and he's publishing it in the wake of the Baltimore riots. And it was funny because he started writing this book in 2012. And the book is called Stand Your Ground, Black Bodies and the Justice of God. And it was some concern that when he started this book, that it would be outdated by the time it actually got published, because what he was doing was he was publishing it in the wake of the Trayvon Martin shooting. So it's not going to be released until May 10th, and people thought, this is going to be so outdated, you're not going to, really do well. Well, he has gotten a huge push for this book because CNN has picked it up. The launch day is on Mother's Day, and it's going to be talking about the racial violence and the police brutality and giving different insights. So if you are, it is going to be put out by Orbis Books, and the novel is called Stand Your Ground, Black Bodies and the Justice of God. So if you are interested in that book, make sure you pick that up on May 10th, which is on Mother's Day. And did you all know, now I didn't know this, but it's past, but now it's on my calendar, that the first Saturday in May is Indie Bookstore Day. Like, who knew that? I didn't know that there was an indie bookstore day. And it's actually called Christmas in May for bookstores. It is the day that they ask everyone to support their local indie bookstore, i.e. not Barnes & Noble. They're wanting you to go and shop at a small bookstore to help them, because, bookstores are going out of business left and right because Barnes & Noble and Amazon are taking over. So, but there are still some great bookstores. Like, we have one right here in DC. We have a couple. We have, but I was at an event on Sunday at Kramer Books and Afterwards Cafe. Great little store. It's like a bookstore and a cafe. They have a full-size restaurant, a bar. Okay, I was in the bar most of the time on Sunday, but I mean, it's a great bookstore. It really is a great bookstore. So, and it's down there in DuPont Circle. So if you're down in DuPont Circle and you need something to do on a Friday evening, now, I was shocked because I read the sign. They are open 24 hours a day on Friday and Saturday. Who does that? But it's a cafe and it's a bar as well. So go down there, start taking little groups and go down there for happy hour. Oh my gosh, they had the best cheesecake there ever. Okay. Oh, so I was at the bar and eating cheesecake and listening to Dames at Dusk. There was a reading of 8 mystery/thriller writers, all female, that were reading from their works, and it was some great stories that were read on Sunday evening. And I think they do that every month, and it might be the first Sunday of every month, but I'm not really sure. So just check the Kramer Books and Afterwards Cafe website. You can go to www.kramerbooks. I swear to God, I have not been drinking today, people. I think it's just the heat. www.kramerbooks and afterwards.com or something like that, but it's down in DuPont Circle here in DC. And make sure first Saturday in May, support your local indie bookstores. Also, there are these different festivals that's coming up. And let me just tell you, Linganore Winery in Frederick, Maryland, they have a wine festival every year. And it's 4 weekends beginning in May until October, and they have jazz and reggae and different music and things like that. Just a wonderful and all these local wineries, like I'm finding all these wineries because it's the year of Sandra, and I'm determined to drink my way through wineries of Maryland, Virginia, and DC. I don't know if DC has any wineries, but I'm looking. So if anybody knows of a winery close to the DC area that's not quite in Maryland, not quite in Virginia, tweet it to me. I will be sure to go and pick up a bottle and test it for you and let you know what it is. Also, I just want to take a moment. Let me tell you something, people. Everyone knows that I am directionally challenged, okay? That is not anything new for anybody. If you know me, if you tell me to be there at 2 o'clock, I'm going to be there at 1:30 because I got to build in that extra half hour just in case I take the wrong turn. Today is the first day I decided not to use my GPS. However, this was also the day of the tragic fire on 7th Street. And the fireman that lost his life, sadly, he was the 100th fireman to lose his life, but his cousin was number 99. So that is a double tragedy for that family, and condolences to Lieutenant Kenneth McCrae and his firehouse family and his close friends and family on the loss of your loved one today. But I did not have my GPS today. I got up to 7th Street and could not turn. So I was like, what am I supposed to do? Because I was getting ready to make a left turn, but it said one-way street. Now, I saw people doing it. I was like, okay, I could just be like the 4th car in that line just going down the one-way street. But I said, no, let me not do it because I'd be the one to get the ticket. So I made a right turn. I don't even know where I ended up, people. By the time I got my GPS to work, because I'm trying to work the GPS in the car and then trying to work it on the phone and trying to decide where I'm going to be. And then I couldn't pull over because everybody was like, why is people in DC driving all up on me? If you see my brake lights on, that means I don't know where I'm going, people. Back up off me, okay? So what happened was, I was finally getting ready to turn, and this police officer walked up to the car and he was like, I'm sorry, ma'am, you've been holding up traffic. I'm like, well, how do you know? He was like, well, I was coming up the block. And I said, well, I'm trying to get my GPS to work and I'm a little flustered. And so he was like, just calm down. Let me just tell you, he was kind of cute. I'm just saying. I didn't see no wedding ring, so hey, officer. I don't even remember what his name was because I was too confused and too ready to, just be here at the station. So it took me, I ended up all the way down, I think, by George Washington University. I don't even know how I got all the way down there from the 3rd Street Tunnel. I have no idea. Maybe that's close. I don't know. Does anybody know? Is GW close to the 3rd Street Tunnel? Because that's where I ended up. And then finally, I was able to get my the address put in. I was able to find my way here and found parking. Like, get out of here. Also, I need to talk about motorcycle safety. The last 5 minutes of the show, I'm going to dedicate to the bass player, Derek Colquitt, who lost his life Sunday after a horrific motorcycle accident, actually right down the street from where I live on 301 in Waldorf. But I also need to let the motorcyclists know the car and or truck is always going to win that battle. Stop weaving in and out of traffic. Now, this is not to him, and this is just to all motorcyclists. When you are taking up space on the beltway, zipping up and down the streets, we are looking out for you. But when you're coming up on us at 100 miles an hour, we really can't see you, and we don't have time to navigate 4 wheels the way you can navigate 2. So please be mindful that the people in cars, they own the road too. You are not the sole person on the road. And that goes for bicyclists, bike messenger, all of the people, pedestrians, everybody. Just make sure that you are taking into consideration everyone that is on the road with you. Okay, so also, today there's a lot of literary news coming in. JetBlue has signed an agreement with Amazon Prime that if you take a JetBlue flight, you will be able to download for free any Amazon Prime. As long as you're an Amazon Prime member, it's going to charge all the rest of us $15, $20 to watch a movie or something. But if you are on Amazon and you're a Prime member, you will get to do that for free. It's called FlyFi. FLY-FI, and that's on JetBlue only. I don't know if Amazon is signing any. Hey, Amazon is such a big dog in the fight right now. They're probably signing these agreements with all the airlines. But for now, JetBlue. So if you fly JetBlue, if you're there, you don't have to pay for downloading movies. You don't have to pay for you can even download novels and things like that. I had a quick announcement because the Library Journal is previewing fall and winter 2015-2016 sci-fi, fantasy, and horror titles in the August 2015 issue, which means novels that's coming out in 2015-2016. What they want you to do, they're going to spotlight genre authors, and with the focus on graphic novels, what the popularity of these publishing trends are, debut authors, series launches. So if you have a series and you're launching it this year in August or further on, if you have in-house or other publishing houses, they're mind-blowing sci-fi, fantasy, horror. So if you have something that you're coming out with that's sci-fi, fantasy, or horror, and you want to try to get it into the Library Journal, because let's be clear, getting reviews and getting your face and article and novel seen in these literary magazines is what you want right now. So if you have something sci-fi, fantasy, or horror only, they want you to send your name, the author or the author's name, the title, the pub date, the ISBN, page count, price, a marketing plan, and what formats they're available in. And they want you to send it to Eric Norton. And his email address is Norton, NORTON _ Eric, ERIC @yahoo.com. Make sure that you carbon copy Wilda Williams at W Williams at MediaSourceInc.com. And the deadline for that is May 26th. So I'll read that again before the end of the show, just in case we have any sci-fi, fantasy, or horror authors. Now, I came across a great article written by a guest that I'm gonna have in the studio next week. Her name is Tracy Garner, and she was with BET Books, and BET was a subsidiary of Avon Books, but they're no longer publishing. I don't think, maybe they are, I'm not quite sure, but she put out this list on what authors, and this could be for anybody, what authors and or anyone with a small business can do to get their name in front of people. And she said she gave 5 tips on how you could have better swag. And swag is what you give away to people so that people will remember you, the little cutesy stuffed animals or stuff like that. And she's the number one tip that she says is make use of real estate. So if you have a huge 6-foot table, don't crowd everything in 2 feet of it. Use the entire space. If you have to go out and buy little display cases or anything that's relevant to your book, make sure that you are using all of that space on that table, because nothing says amateur or amateurish more than a huge space like this, and you're crowding everything in one area. Even if you only have one book, set it up with different stuff in different areas. Put your computer there. Put that you're playing your book trailer. Put some postcards, bookmarks, some stuff out like that. Make sure that you invest in other people's stuff and stuff that people use, like P.O. boxes, paper bags, plastic bags, usable things that you can use over. I'm not saying chew all the gum out of a pack and then give that pack away. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, if you get a P.O. box and it's nothing on it, you can use that again. I'm saying a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday thing type of thing. If it is not labeled, don't put it on your table to give away to people. Nothing will discourage people from leaving your stuff on your table is not knowing what something is. So if you have perfumes or jellies or those things that have a good smell to you, they might stink to high heaven to somebody else. So that's not what people are going to want to buy or pick up. And remember, this is going into a bag that they're going to be carrying around. The next thing is, make sure don't give away mints. I am so sick of people giving me mints. Those mints go in the bottom of my purse, and they are never seen until I change my purse and decide to dump everything out. And then it's like, oh, when did I get those mints? So don't give that away. And don't put things in cutesy. Yes, see people? See this thing right here? See this? I'm never going to use this. First of all, it's too small. I ain't going to say whose it is, but it's too small. First of all, we don't even know how long these mints been in this box. And then somebody gave it away? I mean, really? I would probably get this to my grandbaby and he'll throw them all over the house, and then I got to suck up the vacuum or let the dog eat it. And then I might have to, take him to the vet or something. And then the writing's too small. People, I wear glasses. I don't want to have to put my glasses on to read this box. Now, I can tell you this was a Jennifer Lopez movie, so I don't know when this came. And so again, this, no. Don't nobody want this. This is going in the bottom of my purse to never be seen again, okay? So, and see, Mike, how long you had this?
I just got that.
Oh, so he just got this weekend. But let me tell you something. The date on it is April 28th. So it's for a DVD that's coming out, I would imagine. But still, are you really going to use this? Okay, if you're really hungry or you're drinking a little too much and you just need something to munch on, you might fish these out the bottom of your pocket or your pants or your girlfriend's purse or, I don't know, but it ain't really going to get eaten. It's just going to pop one in your mouth and then you're going to throw the rest away. Also, what I was saying was avoid too much packing. Now, you know how you see people with a little gift bag? Well, then in the gift bag, they have tissue paper. And then in the tissue paper, they have all these cutesy little colors and confetti. And then what are you looking for? You're looking for this. This in a huge gift bag doesn't work for people. And most of the time, remember, people are going to have to carry this around. So if you are going to be an exhibitor at BEA, keep it simple. Put your books on the table, and that's it. You don't need a gimmick, because remember, the people are buying you. They're not really buying what you have. So you need to make a good impression. For me, it's all about my shoes. So most people, remember me from my shoes. If they don't remember me from my shoes, I haven't done my job. So, okay. Ooh, and just a quick note, I went and bought 2 new pairs of shoes, people. I didn't break them out today because I'm looking for the right outfit to wear them. But trust me, one of those pair of shoes is going to be on the show next week. So, trust me. Ooh, you don't really want to miss it. You don't want to miss the first 5 minutes of next week's show, because one, I'm gonna have John Land on there. He is a great friend and such a phenomenal writer. And two, Tracy Garner will be on there. But three, I'll have some cute new shoes. It's shoe season and it's summertime. Okay. Make sure that as an author, you have a marketing budget. And I talk about this all the time. Authors are small business owners. Get it right, people. Just because you are an author does not mean that that's all you do. You are a small business owner. Tax time just came and gone. How many of you wrote off all of that mileage that you drove to different events? How many of you had to go buy those 3 gowns for the award ceremony that you had to go to? Did you write that off? Because that you wouldn't have bought those gowns if you weren't going to, some literary event that called for after 5 or formal wear. Because I know I learned my lesson the first 2 years of being an author and not writing anything off. Honey, I write everything off. If I go down to McDonald's and buy me a sweet tea, I'm writing that dollar off, especially if I'm going to an event and I'm like, it's no time for dinner and I'm swinging in and getting a sweet tea. That dollar is going to be written off on my taxes, okay? So, right after we take a quick break, we're going to have Sharon Lucas on the line with us, and she's going to talk to us about the event that she's involved with in Prince George's County at the Wayne Curry Sports and Learning Complex, and that's coming up on May 23rd. But real quick, because I have books out. See, actually my publisher has bundled the 2 books together. Let me just say this, and let me say this again. Are bundled on Kindle for $4.99. So you can get both books for $4.99. I'm expecting that some of my viewers are going to go and download that book before I'm off the air today. And if you are the 10th person to download and to email me proof that you have downloaded it, if you are in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, I will treat you to lunch. So that is that's what's going to be going on with my book bundle. So if you are the 10th person to download the book bundle and email me at bswanginwebster@gmail.com, you are going to get treated to lunch. Now, if it's a tie or if my intern decides that some 2 people deserve it, then 2 people will be going to lunch on me, and you can ask me all the questions you want about the 2 books. I will actually be at a book club meeting at the end of this month in Virginia. The ladies, it's been such a crazy winter. I was supposed to be with them in January, and then it snowed, and then I was supposed to be in February, and then the ice storm, and then it was supposed to be March, and then they had something come up, and then it was supposed to be next month, and the twins arrived. So hopefully at the end of this month, I will be with the ladies down in Virginia discussing both books, because they are going to be discussing Cheryl's antics in books 1 and in book 2. I also want to say that, if somebody wants to take me to brunch up in New York City, I'm available on Sunday, because Nene and Chi-Chi asked each other she asked Nene what she was going to do for Mother's Day, and Nene said, well, she didn't really have any plans, and her kids said they're not going to tell her. Now, let me just tell you, in kids speak, when I said, what are y'all going to do for me on Mother's Day, and they said, we're not going to tell you, 9 times out of 10, that meant they ain't had nothing planned. And I reminded them that Mother's Day was coming. Now, it doesn't really matter to me. See, the perfect Mother's Day for me is to stay in my bed rolling around like a pig in slop. I won't comb my hair. I won't brush my teeth. I will not get up. I will just lay in the bed all day long. I may get up to go to the bathroom, but I'm not going to drink anything. I'm not going to eat anything. It's going to be the one day that I just get to lay around and do nothing. I may turn on the television, but I may not. But most of the time, I'll probably just be reading, catching up on my to-be-read novels. So for me, if I do nothing on Sunday, and here's a hint to all of my children, my 5 children, you don't necessarily have to do anything for me. Call me and say, Happy Mother's Day, Mom. And that's fine. But don't call me at 8 o'clock at night. See, now here's the tip, children. If you don't live at home and you have to call your parents, Call them before 3 p.m. See, for me, that's the cutoff time for Mother's Day. Because, see, anything that happens after 3 p.m. should have already been planned. Don't call me at 3:05 telling me, oh, happy Mother's Day, Mom. No, see, that phone call should happen sometime in the morning. Because remember, like, just because you just got in from the club, ring the phone, because most mothers are either going to church or they're up making themselves breakfast, or somebody's making them breakfast in bed. So they're going to be up by 9 o'clock. Start the phone calls from like 9 to 3. Don't call at 3:05 because your mama going to have attitude. And how do I know? Because I called my mama at 3:15 last year. Not that I forgot, but I knew that my dad was taking her out. And I said, well, I'll let my dad, deal with her, not deal with her, but take her out. And then he said, oh, we're headed home. And I said, okay, I'll call when you get home. I called and she had like major, hello. I'm like, happy Mother's Day, Mom. And she was like, yeah, you couldn't call me earlier. I'm like, but I'm calling you now. And she was like, it's 3:15. Okay, so that's the cutoff, people. 9 to 3. Treat it like a job. Mother's Day is a job for all children. Mother's Day is a job. So be on that job between 9 and 3. Don't come late because your mama going to have attitude. You might not get no Sunday dinners no more, okay? I'm just saying that as a mother. So right now, we're going to talk to Miss Sharon Lucas. How are you?
Just fine. How are you today?
I am good. I was calling you. Well, you were calling me. I asked you to call me because I want you to talk a little bit about the upcoming event, the literary event that's happening at the PG County, Wayne Curry Sports and Learning Complex in PG County. So can you tell the audience a little bit about this event?
Well, several years ago, and I'm not sure really when, but before the borders closed over at I forget the name of the mall, there was a very big and successful book festival put on every year. Mm-hmm. And when borders closed, that seemed to kind of fizzle out. And I have been talking with a group of people, and we decided we need to bring reading back to Prince George's County. Mm-hmm. And what better way to do that than to put together a book festival?
Exactly, and the mall. It used to be at the Boulevard, at the Cap Center Boulevard.
That's correct. I couldn't call the name of it, but it's at the Boulevard.
Yeah, and it was it was huge. I mean, it was huge, and I think they did it like over 2 days. I think it was like a Friday evening and a Saturday. But it was so much fun to go there, and you could see different people, and they had it inside and outside. So they had it in the parking lot and within the store itself.
Absolutely. So, we know we can't create that same kind of thing because we don't have borders anymore. But certainly the Sports and Learning Center has opened their door to us and given us the entire field house that day.
And that is wonderful. So tell us a few of the things that's going to be happening that day.
Well, we have about 35 authors who will be exhibiting. We have panels that will go on all day to highlight those authors, and actually they will be able to talk to the crowd and about what they're doing and what they're writing, and of course you'll be able to purchase their books and have your book signed. Barnes & Noble will be there as our bookseller, and we want this to be a family event. And so we will have a children's corner where a mother can bring her children in, leave them at the children's corner, and she can go and shop.
Oh.
But all during the day, there will be demonstrations going on in the center of the room that are geared to children. There will be demonstrations. The library will be there signing you up for library cards. Our county executive is coming in to greet the crowd and to read in the children's corner. So we just have a lot going on.
And you know what? When I saw that it said children's corner, I did not envision that that's what it's going to be. Now, let me tell you something. To have a place where you can go, take your children, drop them off at this little, this corner of this literary event and go around and shop and visit with the other authors is invaluable because, most people say, oh, I'd want to go, but I don't have a babysitter. I don't want my kids running around. But it sounds like you have thought out that you and others have thought out the process to include our little ones in this event.
Well, I don't know, Sandra, how many people are really familiar with the Wayne Curry Sports and Learning Facility, but it is a beautiful, state-of-the-art facility. And even if you're just going there to swim or to attend a book club meeting, because I do have a book club that meets there once a month, there is a children's corner that you can take your children to. I left my grandchildren there on Saturday.
Mm-hmm. And you know what, so that's news to me because I knew that there was a child, a children's corner there, but I never took my grandbabies. Now I have some very rambunctious grandbabies. They all play sports and they think every time they meet some other children that they supposed to be running around playing sports, but they have also, they appreciate literary events as well because I do take them sometimes. So now because my daughter, my grandson who will be turning 2, she was like, oh, Mom, I want to come, but, Isaiah gets a little cranky. And so, I'm going to make sure that she comes down and brings him because he loves being there.
To bring him, and 3 of our authors are actually children authors.
Yeah, because I saw that Cheryl Wood and her daughter will be there, and Cheryl Wood is part of the WLVS family, and they were just, I believe, in Florida. I believe doing a mini tour.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we have a lot going on, and the biggest thing is we want this to be the first annual event. This is not something that we're doing in a vacuum. This is something that we want to do every year to celebrate reading in Prince George's County.
And so now I know you mentioned that you all were talking and thinking about, because of the border situation. Now, how much of a part did the Sports and Learning Complex play in this? Because I know they have the Arts and Humanity Council that comes there and does some events as well. So have you found that it has been easy or harder to try to get companies and sponsors for this event?
Well, this is kind of our learning year, and so I haven't had any problem at all bringing in the library system, the Arts and Humanities Council, PG Community College, those sorts of things. I honestly haven't had a lot of time to worry about sponsorship, but we decided that this was our first year and that we were going to use this as our flagship year. We're doing we're doing everything we can to make this as a success so that next year we have something to go to the community and say, will you donate? Will you help us to do this? Because last year we were successful on a shoestring.
Yeah, and that's incredible because, it's a lot of the larger cities put on literary events, but there has been no, large-scale literary event in the PG County area in quite some time. So I was just excited when you first mentioned this last year. So I've been looking forward to it since then. And to real quick, while I have you on the phone, you also put on an event yourself in October, the Black Authors and Readers Rock Weekend.
That's right. And this year, we will be doing that October 16th and 17th at the Comfort Inn of Bowie. And I am pleased to announce, I had kind of been going back and doing some negotiating, but this year we will actually have as our keynote speaker Dwayne Alexander Smith, who is the 2015 NAACP Image Award winner.
Wow.
For Best New Writer. And his book, 40 Acres. And so I am really excited. And we will also be celebrating the 25th anniversary for Donna Hill in the writing business. So we have a lot going on that weekend, too.
I tell you, everybody, I always tell everybody that you are the literary queen of events, because it seems like there's not a literary event that you are not involved in some way, shape, or form. And that's for somebody that, retired and was like, you're going to sit back, you're going to enjoy it. It seems like this has become a full-time job for you.
Oh, it has. I wish somebody was paying me.
And she has the most wonderful husband. David goes along. He takes a lot of her photography. And how's he handling your schedule becoming busier and busier?
He just fusses because I don't write things down. So he's kind of become, in addition to the chauffeur, he's kind of become the scheduler as well. But we're having fun. I'm enjoying it, and I am so looking forward to this event on May 23rd, and just hope that next year this year we have 35 authors. Next year I want there to be 70.
Yes, and so, again, give them the date again and the location.
The date is May 23rd from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's an inside rain or shine event for the whole family, and we will be at the Wayne Curry Sports and Learning Complex, which is located at 8001 Sheriff Road in Landover, right next to the Redskins Stadium.
Right, so all you Redskins fans, you probably passing it or walking by it when you're going down to the parking lot. Going into the stadium, because you got to pay for parking, so you're parking up the street. Some of you probably parking in the Wayne Curry Sports Learning Stop parking lot. So just come on in. It's going to be rain or shine. It's going to be over 30 authors. There's going to be events and kids corner, children's corner. You're going to have a delegate from Maryland that's going to come in and read. Now, do you have a schedule of events?
Yes, I do, and of course I'm not in the room with it, and I can get it. But we do have panels starting at 10:15, and they will touch on all genres. And you can go to my website and see the schedule.
Okay, so give them your website so that my viewers can log on and check out the schedule.
Okay, that's www.springbookfestival.simplesite.com.
So it's www.springbookfestival.
Simplesite, simplesite.com.
Simplesite.com. And make sure you go there and log on to see the panel discussions that she has set up. Make sure you see, because you can also go onto Facebook and look up Spring Book Festival. A lot of authors, including me, have made short little snippet videos of us and what you're going to see at this Sports and Learning complex on May 23rd. Make sure that you go and support, because a lot of local authors will be there as well. And remember, it's the summer. Everyone is going on vacation. Everyone's going to be sitting at the beach or at the pool while the kids are playing. You want to go and get some books, support your local authors, and support this wonderful event that's happening in Prince George's County. And I thank you, Miss Sharon Lucas, my sweetheart, for coming on literally at the last moment to talk about this event. But I wanted to get it straight from you so that my viewers could hear it and make plans accordingly for May 23rd. And if I don't talk to you on Sunday, happy Mother's Day to you. I'm sure David's going to have something planned for you as long as you're not busy.
Oh, yes, we've already talked. But thank you so much. I love you, and you can call me last minute anytime.
Okay, I'm going to hold you to that, too.
Okay.
I'll talk to you later.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So again, that is happening. That was Miss Sharon Lucas. She is she is the founder of the Real Divas Read, and she is helping put on this literary event in Prince George's County. Again, it's on May 23rd from 10 to 4, rain or shine. So if it's raining, it doesn't really matter because this event is going to happen. It's going to be indoors at the Wayne Curry Sports and Learning Complex in Lanham, Maryland, and you can look onto her website that she has set up springbookfestival.simplesite.com. You can go on there to see all of the panel discussions. There are going to be some great panel discussions. I'm going to be moderating one. A lot of local authors will be there, and that list right there is just a handful of the authors that you're going to see there. The Barnes and Noble will be there selling some books of the authors that's not going to be in attendance. But with 35 authors there, we're not telling you to buy a book from everyone. What we're doing is telling you to come down and fill your library. And this is going to be a great event to get children to read. A lot of children have cell phones and iPhones, but they don't have a library card. So come on down, get them a library card. Libraries, a lot of them loan ebooks. And that is a great way to get your child interested in reading. Meet some great authors, get your book signed. If you are a book club and you want to come down, a lot of authors give discounts if you buy, 3 or more books for your book club members. They will sign them. They can set up a date to come visit you. So it's more than just a book signing. It is actually a book experience. It is a literary experience that you really don't want to miss. You want to be a part of this. And then Miss Sharon is also in charge of running the Black Authors and Readers Rock Weekend, October 16th and 17th this year. It'll be at the Comfort Inn in Bowie, Maryland. It is a ticketed luncheon that happens on Saturday. And as you heard, she has the NAACP Image Award winner being at this event in October. So if you want to meet him and grab his book and sit and chat with him, this is the place you want to do it. This is how I met Victoria Christopher Murphy, Kimberly Lawson Robert. I met Pat George Walker. I met all these women, Donna Hill. I met all of these women at this event in October, and let me just tell you, it is the most friendliest, laid-back, casual event that you will ever go to. The book clubs are there in mass. I walked the first year that I went to this event. I walked in and was amazed at how many book clubs had come from different parts. DC, Virginia, New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania. They all came down for this event, and this is just going to be this is just 2 of the events that Miss Sharon Lucas does for literacy. She actually does it for literacy because she loves reading. I love reading, and this is an event that you want to support. Come out and support PG County, help bring literary arts back. Like she said, borders closed, over 10 years ago, and there has not been a literary event in Prince George's County since then. Like I said, the show is almost over, and I'm going to dedicate at 4:50. I'm going to dedicate the last part of my show to the bass player and manager of Junkyard Band who lost his life on Sunday in a horrific motorcycle accident. And a lot of people say, "Oh, I don't like go-go, I don't like this," but let me tell you, when I was growing up, go-go was it. I remember being at Potomac, class of 84, and if you do the math, you already know how old I am, but I told you last week, so you should have been paying attention. But it was EU and Rare Essence and Junkyard. It was those bands that I would go and see every Saturday, and it was a phenomenal time. We just had a great time. Michelle Indegale Cello got her start in a go-go band, and she is a phenomenal artist and songwriter at this moment. And so the last few minutes of my show I want to dedicate to Derek Colquitt, because this is the music I grew up on. And let me tell you, on Monday night, all of the radio stations were playing junkyard music, and I was losing my mind going down Route 4. I'm telling you, I had my speakers up. I was cranking it. I'm telling you, if my children actually saw me, because I pulled into the driveway and my car was still blasting, and I was just sitting in there, I was rocking, and my kids was like, "What? You know them?" I'm like, "Really? Really? They were out before you were born." So for all you young people, let me just tell you, Junkyard was cranking it long before you ever appreciated this music. Go-Go was here for so long before you even began to appreciate it. So I'm going to dedicate this to Junkyard Band and to Derek Colquitt, and also to the young lady that lost her life. He had a passenger on his bike that was unfortunately also succumbed to her injuries. But also just remember that if you are a motorcyclist, please look both ways. If you are driving, look twice, because when I tell you that motorcyclists come up on you very quickly, they literally in a blink of an eye will come up to you. So if you're on a beltway, make sure you're looking twice before you're merging over. And yes, we have to share the road, and those big neon signs all over the place. Share the road with motorcycles, but motorcyclists, you need to remember, you need to share the road with us as well. So I want to say hello to my two grandbabies, Queen Princess Jada and Prince LJ. That's what we're calling them. I'm calling him Justin Jr., but we're just calling them LJ. They started eating, well, not eating food, but drinking formula. They started that today, so they're up to an ounce, which is like big news in baby world. That's big news in baby world. And my son and Tasia, they are traveling back and forth to the hospital every day in between work, and having one baby is hard. Having twins is going to be twice as hard, and that is not meant to be like a joke. It's just twice as hard. I had small kids, but they were like a year apart or 2 years apart, and I thought they was never gonna leave the house. I'm surprised that I don't have more gray hair than I have already, but for them, they are doing right now a phenomenal job balancing work and visiting the twins at the hospital every day. So out in Las Vegas, I'm just waving to them because they have me on FaceTime, and whenever Jada or LJ hears the voice, they turn and they open their little eyes, and so I'm just tickled pink. That's grandchildren 8 and 9 for me. So and that was it. That's all I'm gonna have. I'm gonna have an odd number of grandbabies unless somebody comes up with one more, and then I can have an even number. 5 kids, 10 grandkids. I think that's a trade-off, right? And if you agree with me, just tweet one more. Hashtag one more. That's all I need. One more or one more grandbaby. Hashtag one more grandbaby or hashtag one more. That's all you need to say at Swangin Webster. So see, maybe if I can start a campaign, one of my children would have one more child. Like 2 of them only have 1 children, so one of them gotta have 2, right? You can't have you just don't want to have one child, Okay, you do want to have one child, but you want to be able to take care of them. But I'm just saying, kids need siblings. Okay, so that's all I'm gonna say on that. So, Mike, do we have anything? Okay, so this goes out to all of my go-go fans, all of my Junkyard Band fans, and this is for Derek Colquitt, the bass player and manager of Junkyard Band. Rest in peace. See you next week.